And the one continue.
Yeah, 250 Bonkerball facts. And we are on the section called Inventions. Okay, what do you think inventions are going to be about, Apollo? What do you think?
I don't know.
You don't know? What's that right there?
A washing machine?
So do you think that's going to be one of the inventions, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe. All right, well, let's read. That's it's not how you play a saxophone for sure. Let's find out about wow inventions, shall we?
There's a person. There's a picture singing it.
Yeah, well, not really doing it correctly, though. Okay, let's read about wow inventions, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. Nutella was invented during World War II when an Italian pastry chef tried to make his ration of chocolate last longer by adding hazelnuts to the mix. Do you know what Nutella is?
No.
It's kind of like a peanut butter, but the British style, I guess. It's more popular in Britain and Europe than it is here in the U.S., but it's kind of like a chocolatey peanut butter. All right, so next. Well, a chocolatey peanut butter, something like that. So Margaret A. Wilcox, the inventor of an early car heater in 1893, also had a patent for a machine that would wash clothes and dishes. Are you serious? So she invented the washing machine in 1893? Wow. How come it took so long to get washing machines in every home then? Do you know, Apollo? The internet can't hear you.
No.
No. Oh, what's this? What's this guy wearing?
A hat?
Yeah, but what kind of hat?
A chef's hat?
Looks like a Smurf's hat to me.
And he's Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, he's a Smurf Pooh. Well, let's see. Paul Winchell was the inventor of the first mechanical artificial heart. And he was also the voice of Tigger in Winnie the Pooh cartoons. Who's Tigger? Tigger! And Gargamel from the Smurfs. So that is a Smurf's hat, because he played the voice of Gargamel. I did not know he invented the first artificial heart, though. The man who invented the saxophone was actually named Adolf Sax. Adolf Sax.
What?
Yeah, that was his name. And he invented this thing called the saxophone. That's that thing coming out of his mouth. But that's not how you play the saxophone. Guy Raz says, "Keep it down, Mr. Sax." All right, let's go on. The emergency life rafts that Maria Beasley invented in 1882 later went on to save over 700 lives during the sinking of the famous ship Titanic. And had the Titanic had more life rafts, they would have saved more people. All right. Thomas Edison may have invented the light bulb, but he never could have done so without the carbon filament, which was invented by Louis Latimer a few years earlier. This is Louis Latimer. And the guy's like, yeah, I did that. Who's this guy? This guy is named Philip Emeagwali. I think I pronounced his name right. Hopefully I did. Emeagwali, something like that. Well, either way, in 1989, engineer Philip Emeagwali created a honeycomb-inspired parallel processing supercomputer that was capable of 3.1 billion calculations per second, way faster than any other computer at the time. Honeycomb-inspired. That is a great invention. All right. Now, Jesse Ernest Wilkins Jr., he created a mathematical formula that explained how gamma radiation worked. And he also was the youngest student ever to enroll at the University of Chicago at just 13 years old. By the time he was 19, he'd earned a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, and a PhD in mathematics. That guy right there. Do you think by 19 you could do that?
Yeah.
If you study hard.
I do.
What would you do without this? What would you do without that? Do you know what that is?
Yes.
What is it?
Put it in paper.
It's toilet paper, yes. What would you do without it? If you had no toilet paper, what would you do?
Just stick a feather in my butt.
A feather? That I don't think would be very useful. And yeah, not sure where you came up with that. But let's see who invented toilet paper, shall we? Mary Davidson Kenner and Mildred Davidson Smith were sisters who patented a whole host of very practical inventions, including the toilet paper holder and a serving tray that could be attached to a walker. Wow, that's great. Good stuff. Now, we're moving on from inventions to buildings and stuff. Bum, bum, bum. Gee, Guy Raz, that building's really tall. There is a skyscraper in New York City with no windows. What?
What?
That is pretty silly. That is it right there. No windows. The FBI probably uses it as an office. What do you think, Apollo? CIA, maybe?
I bet someone should make a skyscraper that a human could fit in.
Well, a human can fit in all the skyscrapers that are built.
No,
They're really
Lego
big buildings.
skyscraper.
Oh, a Lego skyscraper a human can fit in. That would be cool.
Like there is someone that built
A really tall Lego building, yeah. Look at this thing.
It's not a skyscraper.
I would not want to be the engineer having to put that together. But Queen the Curve architect Zaha Hadid never designed a building with a straight line. What? Look at that building. How did she do this? I have an idea of how she did it, but I certainly wouldn't have wanted to be the builder doing it. Not fun. They look cool, though. Now, this here is called the Aurora Hotel. This right here. What do you think the Aurora Hotel is? It is made out of ice. In Alaska, it was made entirely out of ice.
What if it melts?
Well, luckily, it's in Alaska, where it's very cold. But it was later closed by the fire marshal for not having smoke detectors. Because what if somebody made a fire inside there? Uh-oh. So the word architect comes from the Greek word architekaton, which means chief builder, architect. Architecture was once an Olympic sport. I actually have no idea if I said that Greek word correctly, but architekaton sounds kind of right. But why do you think an architect would be called a chief builder? Well, who's a better builder at Legos, you or me?
Me.
You?
Not you.
Oh, okay. So would I be the chief builder and you would be my tribal man
Yes.
builder? All right. Well, maybe that's why the Greeks called the architect chief builder.
But I'm better at finding moving pieces.
Okay. Let's see. The Willis Tower in Chicago will sway back and forth several feet in strong windstorms. So can you imagine, that like 78 mile an hour winds we had here the other day? Could you imagine being inside that tower with 78 mile an hour winds at the very top and it goes like this? Sways back and forth. Can you imagine being in that tall building and doing that?
That would not be fun.
That'd be pretty freaky. All right. So, in the early 17th century, a bridge was built in Lima, Peru, using the mix of mortar and 10,000 egg whites. That bridge, known as the Bridge of Eggs, is still standing today. Bum bum bum.
Earthquake?
Well, that earthquake wasn't felt down there. But this is Lima, Peru. Although they probably have earthquakes down there too. But it's a bridge. And it was built in the 17th century. Yeah.
Then how is it still standing today with all the hard earthquakes?
Apparently, their eggs make a really good liquid for this brick mortar that they used. Did you know? Let's look at this. What do you think that one's going to be about? Yeah. Did you know that Lego used to make special bricks just for architects? Chief builders. I believe it. I believe it. Okay. Let's see. Architect Frank Lloyd Wright's initials can be found on the outside of the Guggenheim Museum in New York City. Do you think that's because Frank Lloyd built the Guggenheim Museum? Probably. Okay. A subway system that was never used runs right underground through the city of Cincinnati, Ohio. Whoa! Wait a minute. So there's a subway in Cincinnati, Ohio that's never been used? Crazy. Crazy. I wonder if you can get to it. Well, in Boise, Idaho, you can book an overnight stay in a giant potato the size of a small house. Is it a real potato, Apollo? I don't know. Guy Raz says, the rooms are comfortable too. In the potato. So Guy Raz that says he actually stayed at the Potato Hotel in Boise, Idaho. Do you believe it?
I bet he would hate that vacation.
Well, I mean, he doesn't seem like the type to stay in a potato hotel to me. But you never know. Maybe Mindy talked him into it. Yeah, she has a gingerbread mansion after all.
What's that?
That is the dot where you can see Frank Lloyd Wright's initials. Come on, man. Weren't you paying attention?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go on. St. Louis's Gateway Arch is as tall as it is wide. Where is the arch? Show me the arch.
The arch is here.
Yeah, that is the arch. That is the Gateway Arch, and it is as tall as it is wide, measuring at 630 feet, 190 meters tall, and 630 feet, 190 meters wide. That's pretty cool. Look at that. 630 feet. Would you want to walk over that like a bridge?
Yes.
Yeah? I think you would probably get up about 20 feet and chicken out. All right, let's read more. This building, the Empire State Building, is less than half as tall as the Burj Khalifa. Burj Khalifa.
That's even taller than the other building.
Yeah, so this is the Empire State Building. This is the Burj Khalifa, if I'm saying that right, or Burj Khalifa. Measuring in at 2,716.5 feet, 828 meters high, with over 160 stories, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai is not only the tallest building in the world, Gesundheit, but the tallest freestanding structure as well. Should we ask how to say this word? Alexa, what is the tallest building in Dubai?
The tallest building in Dubai is the Burj Khalifa, which is
The Burj Khalifa. The Burj Khalifa. That's.
Keepy.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? How you pronounce it? The Burj Khalifa.
Yeah.
Can you say it?
The Burj Khalifa.
Yeah, not bad. So, we're almost done with architecture, I think. Ooh la la, says Mindy. A French postal carrier spent 34 years collecting stones during his deliveries and used those stones to build Le Palace Ideal, which translates to the ideal palace. In 1969, or it's the Palais Ideal, which translates to the ideal palace, and in 1969 it became a cultural landmark in Poitiers, France. I'm definitely not saying that one right. Poitiers, France. Anyway, where it still stands today. That's pretty cool architecture. Look at that. That must have taken a long time to carve all of that. Yeah, I probably butchered some of those words. Oh well. All right, now we're talking Stonehenge. And it was built roughly 5,000 years ago, and some of its stones were transported more than 150 miles, or 240 kilometers. But neither scientist nor historian can figure out exactly how. Some of these were carried 240 miles before they had awesome trucks and vehicles for carrying such things. How do you think they did it?
I know.
How?
Pulley system.
Pulleys, maybe. They could have worked. Those would have been really long pulley systems, though. Haha. So, oh, look at this. This guy's like, don't mess with me. The world's tallest unoccupied building is a 105-story abandoned hotel towering over North Korea, and it is nicknamed the Hotel of Doom. Dun, dun, dun. All right, well, I think we're probably going to call it tonight. And next time, when we pick up with Guy Raz and Mindy, we will study on the map. Are you ready to say adios, Apollo?
On the map!
Adios!